Hey guys, welcome to the Swarm Report. My name's Hudah, and man, what are we doing here on a Saturday? We don't do the Swarm Report on Saturdays, except when there's a special token launch in and a special agent that people are talking about. And so in that case, yeah, you better believe we're doing a Swarm Report on a Saturday. Man, we're joined here by Melbin, the man behind, yeah, it's the hottest agent that is coming out today. At least the launch opens up and everybody's talking about it. And I'm talking about the Burnie AI agent. Melbin, dude, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for having me, Huda.
Yeah, of course. Man, this is special for a few reasons. One, because I think people are just starting to wake up to virtuals. Like, if you've been plugged in, people are aware of virtuals, even from our last little hypey cycle. Like, virtuals was, the name then, but it's only growing in its legend, and the platform's only getting better. And at this point, I mean, we'll go over some of the tokens that just launched too, because it's obvious people are paying attention and newer launches are beating records. And now all that pressure's on you, man. Like, want it or not, it's there. Everybody thinks this one's going to smash all these records on the virtuals platform. I would probably make that bet too. I would. And like the whim token launched, was it yesterday or maybe the day before? But I think that was the most participants we've seen on a token launch yet, over 3,000, which is wild. And then I see yours and your agent. And by the way, I love the agent. I can't wait to get into what it does and some of its lore that you've already built up with it. But everybody's talking about it. Everybody's talking about this is going to be their points allocation. And then also, a lot of my friends weren't in virtuals yet too, right? Like, again, aware of it, haven't touched it. This week it changed. Friends starting to get in, starting to buy tokens, starting to accrue points. And again, everybody's got Burnie circled. So, dude, just really, really excited to get into this agent. And by the way, I think you guys watching right now know, but the token actually opens up while we're going to be live in about 25 minutes. It opens up where you can commit your points and get into this pre-sale. So we'll make a little event of it along the way. And by the way, Melbin, I know with crunch time and launches and that kind of thing happening, at any point, if you got to get pulled away to handle some stuff, just totally cool. So just want to make sure that's clear for you, man.
That's fine. That's fine. We have a team handling everything, so it's all good. Unless I get pulled away, of course.
Yeah. If it happens, dude, all good. I'll carry us. Let me think what else I want to hit on before we really start getting into stuff. I do want to say, guys, I want to see your questions too. If you have them for Melbin, if you have questions about Burnie, fire them off, because I'm going to pick the best questions out there. I'm going to send you some tokens. Might as well. Like, let's spread the love around. I'm going to have some Swarm tokens to give away. I'm going to have some virtual tokens to give away. And actually, I'll give away Burnie tokens too. Well, it's actually Roast. I actually got that wrong. I have a little story about that too, or a question. But I'm going to give away some Roast tokens as well. Obviously, it's not live yet. So when it goes live, buying the tokens, and I'll send them out at that point. But that's one I think you're going to want to have. So get those questions in, just drop them in the chat. I'm mostly just looking, guys, on YouTube. We are live on Abstract and we're on X. I'm mostly looking on YouTube, although I'm going to try to do my best to peek around here. Wherever you're watching, though, guys, smash the like on the show. To follow us, the Swarm_AI is where we're streaming on X right now. SlamAI_XYZ. And then, guys, always come over to the YouTube side and catch the replays of the show if you can't catch it live. We're talking to the biggest and the best people building in the AI space. And you can catch the replays of them right over here on CryptoSlam. Over on YouTube. Dude, let's do it. First off, how are you feeling just leading up to it? Nervous, just excited? I'm sure it's a combination of both, but it's getting close.
Yes. Very much so. Super excited. Actually, we were not expecting such an overwhelming response. We've been building this character for about 4 months now. Been working on this project for 8 months. Yep, we are super pumped to see that everyone's excited about this. Yep, really going with the flow here.
Dude, the energy is there. It's different. There's been some great launches already. I mean, most of them honestly have been fantastic. But there is a different energy here. There is. By the way, Kat's, good to see you, man. Further on, who else? Cutie made it. Okay, great stuff. I see the boys all here. Good stuff. Let's get right into then the agent, and would love to hear what he does and the why and where he's going. But we'll start with what Burnie is and his purpose.
Yes. So Burnie was conceptualized as a coding director. So there are two, three things that we noticed. Everyone is vibe coding. Everyone is using AI to code. One of the big problems was also everyone is working remote. And this is one of the main things that we realized, hey, people are not getting good feedback. When you're a junior dev and you're new in a team, you get grilled by your boss a lot. And that's how you pick it up. And it is for every profession, right? And you need to go through that, go through the flames, the fire, fire pit to get actually better and become a much better professional on the other end. And coming from a software engineering background, we have been through that, both me and my co-founder Taran, and we realized today that doesn't exist. So that's one thing. The second was everyone is using AI anyway. So we thought, why not just use AI to basically give you the same kind of feedback? And that's kind of where this character of Burnie was born. And we realized, okay, there is a lot more that Burnie can do, not just give code reviews. Although we started with just code reviews, and then we realized, hey, Burnie has a personality. Maybe there is something we can do with the personality, create a show around it, figure out a way to reach out to as many people as possible. And every time someone gets their repository roasted by Burnie, they really are like, okay, this is funny, but at the same time, it's hard hitting. Okay, I need to go work on my repo.
I do. Well, I was kind of surprised to hear like coders need feedback. Like it makes sense, but I don't code. I'm newly vibe coding, which is actually pretty darn cool, and so I already see where he's useful. But I just assumed it's communities of people. Like if you code, people, you're running your stuff by somebody else, and it's really just when I saw Burnie that I realized how silly of a thought that was to assume everybody's got somebody that's available that can check their code and give that feedback. And then it's like all of a sudden you start seeing more and more and more in different places where AI is the solution to another problem out there. Not everybody does have that feedback. And so enter Burnie. Why is he roasted? I love it, by the way, but like, why is that like the angle or the spice on his feedback?
So everyone else's AI is a tool, it's a slave, or it's just a utility product. Ours is roasted. That's it. It's a bit of a Don Draper reference where like it's toasted. Ours is roasted.
There you go. Well, I feel that, dude, because so like we build AI tools and agents too, and our very first one we started with, like, not going to sugarcoat it, was an asshole. Like, but on purpose, dialed to have personality because it does matter. I think actually it's what's going to start separating agents. A lot of will do. Some will do the same as other agents. Some are going to do things a bit different. But like something that's really going to set him apart is if there's like a nice twist on it. Again, that personality. He speaks in a way that's memorable. And so again, we saw that early. He ended up getting banned on X because he threatened people, which is a problem. But I think I see what you're doing though. Give it that personality, give it that spice, and then it's more memorable too, and it makes you like want to come back to him even.
Yeah.
I think I even heard him compared to, it might have been you or just whoever you were chatting with, but like the Gordon Ramsay of like agents. I love that.
That's literally what we thought about. But we like, Gordon Ramsay cares about the people he roasts, and that's where we realize it's not a brutal roast where you're like, hey, you suck. That's not what it's all about. It's about, hey, I care about you enough to give you feedback. You're a good person. You're a good coder. You can go all the way, and that's what Gordon Ramsay always tells all the chefs that come on his show. Right, and that's pretty much where we came from. Okay, he cares about you, right? And oftentimes we think about AI agents or any programming being metallic, being too robotic. And what I believe is that we're moving into a space where if we want AI agents to be acceptable in society, we need to have them have personality. And that's kind of the meta that we kind of realized. And that's kind of what prompted us to put that personality into Burnie as well.
I love it. I love that you're thinking ahead to that time and place where they're everywhere, and again, where personality will matter. I do see people already sharing their repos with Burnie, and he's given that feedback. Is this where he roasts? Does he do it on X, or is there? Well, this gets into like even future plans and thinking terminal and just other places to chat. But this is him already like live in action and reviewing code, right?
Yep. So this is so we changed it to an image format. Earlier we used to have a video format. It's still there, but video we are reserving it for our main show, which is a vibe coding challenge. But you can still see if you just go to media, go to Burnie, go to replies. Yeah, even media.
You want media? Is that the better spot?
Yeah, even on media, you have some videos over there that have been generated. If you just go down, keep going down.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
really?
think I've shared the audio there.
Okay. Let me try. You know what? We might have a problem with that because we get an echo. Well, actually, no, I want to give it a try because I do want people to hear it. I bet it's cool. So give me 1 second. I want to try to share this audio. I streamed right before and I blasted everybody's ears on intent. I'm so sorry about that, guys. It was really bad. They'll fix it this time. No, I want to hear them. Okay. Boom. Okay, then I'll give you a heads up while I have the audio open. If we talk, we'll get an echo. So we'll just, while he's playing, we'll know to not. Let's check him out.
The classic let's hard code every exchange endpoint and pray nothing changes approach. The error handling an exchange.pbi is particularly entertaining, catching E instead of actual exceptions, and that hard-coded CSV path and main PUI, because everyone's username is Longoria, right? The sheer number of duplicate API calls in the Gemini implementation is making Burnie's interdimensional IDE cry. This isn't code, it's a case study in technical debt. The class every exchange endpoint.
Yeah, I like it. I like it already because he's giving useful feedback. He's giving useful feedback, but he's got a little edge to him.
Right. So there's a part of it what we've done. If you just go back to the replies tab in your on Twitter. So if you go there, just scroll down a bit. So for every roast that comes in, there's a link that comes on Twitter. If you just go next one. Next one. Yeah, the one after that. Is there any video that was generated?
Some of these look like video.
Oh no, that was a demo for our live vibe coding.
Okay.
So if you just keep scrolling down, if there is a roast that has happened, I think I think what's happening is people are been replying to our posts. We need to look at.
Dude, he's getting some work.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening. Okay, sorry. What you can do is, did you pulled up a roast earlier, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you can go there, there's a link on it. If you go there, you can go to the website and see the whole analysis of what you need to fix and where you need to fix it and what the issues with it. So I was just going to try to show that. So
yeah, let me see. Boom. So this should have a link on it.
It should. That one doesn't have. It didn't turn up for some reason.
Yeah, we're gonna find one.
No, I think the replies we're getting a lot of engagement stuff. Let me just send you a link.
That works.
In the meanwhile, we can keep talking.
Yeah, there we go. In fact, I'm gonna go check in on the countdown. Dude, it's in 12 minutes. Okay, and I got some of your guys' questions, which are great too, and we'll start asking some of those. But yeah, 12 minutes from this opening up. I want to hear your guys in the chat, your predictions for how quickly this gets to 100%. Like, are we like instantly there, and then predictions for how oversubscribed it gets. We've been seeing like 1,000% oversubscribed. We've seen 2,000. I think that's around the top. But let me hear your guys' predictions for what we're about to see here in just under 12 minutes here. And then I have all kinds of questions, but some of these actually touch on it. So let me get to Jason's question here. Any collaborations with Burnie and the upcoming ACP Swarm? And there's going to be a bunch of swarms, I'm assuming. But yeah, will we see him in there?
I'm sorry, I didn't get the question.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Jason is wondering if we're going to see Burnie in any of the Virtual's ACP swarms.
We might end up. One of the things that we're seeing is that there's a lot of interconnects. A lot of folks have been asking us, okay, can we integrate Burnie with our service? Can we integrate with our agent as well? So of course, the ACP is all about agents communicating with each other, exchanging value with each other. Definitely, that's gonna come up. So we haven't planned anything yet. To be honest, our whole focus has been on the vibe coding challenge, which I'll tell you about more in detail. But that's a number one thing that we want to crack right now. But definitely, there are plans to basically integrate with other agents as well and make Burnie live on the network.
Yeah, it's going to get really interesting here too. Whenever the ACP goes live and we see the first swarms in action, you guys know it's just the start. We're going to see these swarms, probably the swarms that are already released, like growing. They'll probably expand, their teams, and then beyond that, new types of swarms. I can't even imagine what they'll be. We've got the autonomous hedge fund at the start. We got the media house at the start, but then why not? I mean, think of this. Why not a swarm of agents that can code who then get feedback from somebody like Burnie, and then they adjust what they're coding and how they're designing based on Burnie's feedback? It's something that makes perfect sense.
There are a couple of things that we can actually think of more than that. Is that we have how Burnie works is there's a multi-agentic framework at the back end, which looks at your front end repository, looks at your back end, your smart contracts, etc. So there's always, and for each of these services, we are also integrating other services. Like for smart contract security stuff, we are integrating Quill AI. So there are these kind of exchanges that are happening where Burnie is also taking the intelligence from other agents to basically make his things work. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely going to be like exchange of a lot of intelligence happening over there.
And so like that's already happening behind the scenes. Like there's already other agents in the mix.
Yes, so these are not really blockchain agents right now. These are all APIs that we've integrated, but I don't see why we shouldn't be doing smart contract based agents.
So is this one of those links we'd be looking for?
Yes, that's the link.
All right, let me see if I can get in there. Connect to wallet.
Phantom wallet.
Phantom. All right, let's do that. I don't log on my Phantom recently because it looks so bad. Actually, dude, with the market being back the way it is, it's probably worth a look. It might not be quite so bad anymore. Okay, cool. We're gonna log in. Boom. Boom. Okay, cool. Do I have to go through these connections to see the comments
just
there?
Just the GitHub would be good.
Okay. I
wonder if I have to refresh the page then.
Okay. Maybe I do have a GitHub account. Like, it's so funny, dude. I'm not a coder, but I have been vibe coding, and I think it's really, really freaking interesting. Like trying to make a website. Like, again, I'm not super technical, but I've already seen how helpful AI is to actually get me at least like on the way.
Yeah, I think vibe coding I think regular coding is gonna a good 80-90% of it is gonna go away. You'll be seeing more people building stuff, not coding. That's the thing. It's not going to be coding anymore. People will just be building, and you have all the Lego blocks with you.
Okay, I think we're in.
Are you able?
Okay. Yeah, how are we looking? Oh, dude, I wasn't even sharing the screen. Here we go.
Okay. Oh no, it's not that. I think you'll have to click on that link again after you logged in.
Got it.
Probably it'll take you.
There we go.
Oh yeah, there we go.
All right, cool. All right, yeah, tell us what we're looking at here.
Yeah, so it gives you an overall rank. You can see that 6 out of 10. It tells you a bit about your repository, gives you a top level analysis where things are good. Some things are broken and stuff, like high number of open issues, possible process of quality concerns are there in this repository. You go and you tap into the next tab, you'll basically see community insights, who have contributed to it, how many stars it has, and how active this repository is. So oftentimes non-technical people also would look at something and like, hey, I don't know if this repo is good or not. So they can actually just tag Burnie and ask them, hey, how good is this? You go to the code and security quality, they'll give you a rating over there. Tell you, okay, fine, it's good, it's excellent. right? So there are some issues that are there, maybe an issue. It might have some concerns over there, but nothing that you need to worry about too much is what it says over here. Mm, a lot of it is technical, but
Yeah, but
but
for people that are coding,
yeah,
that stuff matters, right?
that stuff matters. Yeah.
So then to that point, well, okay, two questions here. One, does Bernie write code himself, or
Um,
will he? Is there plans for that?
So we basically started off our whole initiative with a cursor style extension called DevDoc, which basically is a VS Code extension that we were planning to basically give out tokens and rewards to people for using it. Think about like how Brave browser gives you tokens for just using the browser, and we were basically collecting a lot of user-owned data and making it available for AI training and compensating the users in return for it. And we're still working on that. So DevDoc is basically a coding platform. I would say it's a coding extension on Visual Studio Code. You can download it and use it just like how you would use GitHub Copilot or Cursor, and then you get rewarded for it. And what we thought about was like, okay, fine. It's one thing to keep asking an AI to basically help you code and do vibe coding. It's another thing for the AI to judge you whether or not you're doing good or not. And that constant dialogue, that's what makes you a better builder. And right now, every product out there is just going one way. Hey, you want something done, we'll do it for you. We'll service it for you. And I don't think that's how it works. Building requires creativity, and creativity requires a lot of back and forth dialogue, to basically get what's in your head out there. And you also learn skills along the way. You can't expect AI to do everything, honestly.
I love that. Let me get into Bernie's lore, and we're coming up to just a few minutes till this opens, so it's about to get really, really exciting here. You mentioned a vibe coding challenge, which I would love to hear about, and it sounds like you're making an event to this too, and I'm going to be tuning in. It sounds really, really cool. So I want to talk about this, and then I got to rewind the clock and actually talk about the Virtuals Hackathon. And then there was another event too. I'm trying to remember what it was called. I think you'll probably remember. But yeah, dude, tell us about the this hackathon or the vibe coding challenge.
So the vibe coding challenge, it starts 30 minutes after the token goes live on Uniswap. It's 2 teams of 4. They'll be battling against each other. Think about like MasterChef, again, the Gordon Ramsay reference. It's like MasterChef. 30 minutes you have to vibe code an application. We'll be giving out the prompt during the show tomorrow, so it's a surprise for everyone, including the participants. And in 30 minutes, you need to do it. So while it happens, our character Burnie will keep coming in and out of the room. It's an online challenge, but we figure out a way to actually make it engaging. And 2 things. One is Burnie will be engaging the participants, roasting them, giving them feedback, and at the end, he'll be judging their submissions. And
that's so cool.
So tomorrow it's a pilot, so it's kind of democratic. Everyone gets some tokens and reward. But apart from that, on 17th we'll be starting the vibe coding challenge officially. It's a real competition with 2 rounds. On 17th we have 2 teams battling each other. 24th you have 2 teams, and on the 30th of May there will be a final, and the winner takes home 1 million tokens.
Oh, dude, that's a pretty good chunk.
Yep. Yeah. The winning team takes home 1 million rose tokens, and yeah, that's kind of. And then the idea is that this is a reality show. It will be broadcast on Twitter, and that's what is there for the participants. Now you have the audience as well. You wouldn't know that there's a lot of people who enjoy watching others vibe code. It's a trend right now.
Dude, Shaw streams sometimes it feels like 24, 48 hours straight. He's just coding and he's teaching, and it's fascinating too. Again, especially for somebody who doesn't know how to code, you pick up things. If you're interested, you pick up things. And I'm fascinated by that right now. And I know I'm not alone. But you're turning it into an event, and it's something that becomes like a regular event, which is pretty brilliant, dude. Like pretty smart.
And we'll be evolving the Burnie character as we go along. So this is a pilot. We'll have it'll be a bit rough around the edges. We are expecting that. But going forward, we'll be actually finessing the whole show in such a way that Burnie will be running the whole thing. And we'll just be sitting in the back and just coordinating and switching the screens to make sure the broadcast is right. That's pretty much all that we'll be doing.
That's so
And
wild.
that's kind of where we want to be. Then that's our long-term vision as well. We see similar such agents being like influencers and having their own shows, having their own, and become like a media house or something.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
I mean, that's kind of a far out vision. But we believe that if we actually make each individual show successful, then people will tune in, because this is a new kind of entertainment that we're unlocking over here. And I believe that's what is driving the hype right now. It's like, hey, it's the character is there, it's an influencer, people are able to relate with it. Hey, we think this can go even further, right? And that's kind of what we're looking to do, and that's how we basically want to go. And
Dude, here we go. Live now, and I think it's going to get crazy real quick. What does this last? 24 hours, and then that's when TGE happens?
Yes, that's how it works.
Oh, I can't. We're about to see how quickly this gets to 100, dude. With these live events, participants.
The first one has come in.
On the board. This will go to 100. What's interesting is nobody has to rush into these things, but it's going to happen, right? You have the full 24 hours. There's no like penalty if you're waiting for it, but this just shows how much demand there is for this agent and that token. And yeah, this will be 100 in, I mean, I bet you within a minute, probably within, which is crazy. It might be our fastest to get to that total commit. Dude, wicked exciting here. Wow. While we're watching, dude, the events is spicy. Like I knew you were doing those challenges and they were going to be streamed, and they'll be fun for people who, again, code interested in it, whatever. But man, you start thinking of what you can do with that, prediction markets that are built around these like live events, and maybe betting on who's winning the challenge or what kind of products you might. There's so much you can do with that.
Yeah, that's one thing that we wanna experiment with as well, is get people to bet on participants if it actually blows up, and if there are a lot of people who are actually participating in it. You want people to be able to engage with them, and that's another place where we're seeing like how your podcast is happening over here, stream is happening over here. People engage with you, so the audience has a way to engage with you. But this thing, it's still mainstream, I would say. But can we make it go even more mainstream with reality shows, with all kinds of shows, like break the fourth wall?
Yeah. No, you could see it happening, right? I mean, it feels inevitable that stuff heads that direction. I could see Burnie. Look at it. We're about to. It's 100% in a second here.
Oh wow! Oh, that is 3 minutes. Wow.
Crazy.
2 minutes.
Come on, here we go. 104. Absolutely. I think. Okay, some of you guys have probably watched these a little more like maybe live in a way I haven't. Is that the fastest we've seen one get to 100? And now it's just watching how high it can go. My predict. I don't know if I saw predictions in the chat. I'm going to predict. I'm going to say like 2,500% oversubscribed, but I think we're going all-time high participants. I think we're going like 4,000-ish participants. That's. I'm going to make that bet. You guys tell me. What you think. Dude, wild stuff. Congrats, first of all. And you'll have a lot more of those coming. Katz is after here.
Go
ahead. I'm sorry, dude.
Yes. So this is where I wanted to go with. Is there a benefit for non-coders to hold the Rose token? Yes. As an audience, if you hold it, we're coming with more exciting stuff that you can actually do. Not everyone has to be a coder, but you need to be interested in the coding world or the vibe coding world enough to basically hold it. I would say that's just one qualifier. It's like, okay, fine, others are coding, I'm interested in knowing what they're up to. So that, and there's a lot of things that you can do with it. One of them is betting on the participants that we want to start off. We are already in talks with our betting platform to do this. So yeah, it's a live stream event. It's getting, and betting on it is going to be wild.
Dude, interesting. I'd love to speculate on who that would be. I know I won't get an answer, but again, you see where this is all going, and it's pretty damn exciting. We a question from Gravity 2: could Burnie create a WordPress plugin? Oh,
Bernie
interesting.
will
So you
not
get,
be able to create one, but if you create one, he can give you feedback on it. You can use our extension DevDog to do that. It's pretty straightforward.
there we go. Yeah, dude, it's great, right? Like you feel the vibes like right through the screen. It's really, really great. And I'm not surprised. I don't think anybody's surprised here. So it's literally just a race over the next still almost 24 hours to see how high it gets. Okay, let me think. I do have some more questions. And by the you tell me at any point you need to bounce. I don't think
No, I'm just reading out some messages.
yeah, multitasking in the middle of the launch. And Melbin was telling me before the stream, guys, this is the first token he's been a part of launching, which is a special moment, man. It is. So congrats on that.
Thanks, Hudah.
Let me see here. I'm gonna be so I do want to ask some questions when you're ready about tokens and plans and community building and all that stuff that people love to hear. But I am curious in general, like token utility. So just whenever you want, if you want to give people
I'm back. Yes, I'm back. I'm so sorry. I just wanted to reply to that.
Yeah, you're all good.
Yes, sir. So token utility. Number one, hold the roast token. You can roast other people, get feedback. There's no need to stake it. You just need to hold it in your wallet so that you can actually continuously keep roasting. The second thing is with the token, we want to create the betting system. Like I mentioned, the betting will be denominated in the roast token itself. The third thing is what we are planning is the roast token to be used as a primary currency for folks to contribute to other people's code. So it's like coders helping other coders, or even finding out issues with other people's repositories, and that's how you can earn more roast tokens. It's all about how you're making Burnie also smarter if you basically improve Burnie's intelligence. So these are the main ways in which we are basically looking at how to monetize it. Third thing is, as a token holder, one of the things that we're basically doing is that roast token, there will be a buyback and burn kind of thing. It's all written in our white paper. How we are looking to generate revenue is, yes, monetize on the attention, right? The vibe coding challenges are just like any media. We can actually target sponsors for the live streaming problem, the stream itself, the program, the vibe coding challenge. And that's where the revenue for Burnie comes in from. All right. Second thing is Burnie has already been a hackathon judge at ETH Global in Taipei. And that's something that we want to continue doing, that if you want a roasting agent to be in your hackathon, hey, you need to buy the roast tokens and pay for it, right? That's another one. So there's a lot of revenue streams that we're basically exploring, and that's pretty much and all of it will be denominated in the roast token. That's how we're basically looking at the economy in itself, rather than the utility of, it's not like a traditional stock or anything, and we don't want to be anything like that. We want to create an economy within the ecosystem itself. And the second thing is, we want to create more of such agents. We want to create more utility for Burnie. So if you can think of something, hit us up. We can definitely work something out. And yeah, you never know. Sky's the limit, I believe, always with these kind of tokens.
Dude, exactly. And still, like, we're very early in the, like, agent meta sounds too small. We're very early still in the life of agents. And I think Sky literally is the limit for these. You can just keep tacking on and adding and building more utility. And I think there's things coming that we'll be able to do with agents we haven't even thought of quite yet. Years down the road, it's going to look so different. You're like, oh, well, you know what? This actually fits there. And this is a direction we should push, on top of what we're doing now. By the way, that event, ETH Global in Taipei, I didn't know Flow was involved here. You're already working with some of like the biggest names here, on the blockchain, which is incredible. Then there's the Virtuals Hackathon. What was that like, and how cool has it been working with the the Virtuals team?
Oh yeah, it's been really amazing. Virtual CPAP has been super supportive from the beginning. Honestly, due right before the hackathon, we had this idea. We pitched to them. They said, "Hey, you should go ahead and launch the token." And we were like, "Okay, we know we can launch the token, but what do we do with it?" But we went to the hackathon. We got a lot of feedback. They told us how to think about it, how they're seeing things. Especially Jensen had a chat with him in Dubai as well. Super visionary, super forward-looking, futuristic team that they got there, and at the same time, in the present, super hands-on with us as well.
Yeah.
So gave us a lot of feedback during the competition as well, during the hackathon. And after that, post that, one of the things at the hackathon has been that we, after getting in the top 10 of the hackathon, one thing that has helped us is that one of the prizes was that we could get a 1 month residency at the network school. So I'm here sitting in Malaysia at the network school while I'm
I needed to ask you about that because I saw it and it's wild, and I had to ask what that's all about. Let me put that on screen because I think a lot of people don't know what that is, and it's super impressive. So let me put that up here. By the way, here was your top 10 finish. I think number, was it 6, 7, 8, somewhere top 10 in that virtuals hackathon, which is a really big deal. Yeah, dude, again, really impressive. It's I mean, that puts you on everybody's radar, at least to get to this moment right here, if you weren't already. But dude, just what a cool moment. And then the network school, I've got it right here. Dude, what a thing. What was that like? And what did that look like? Was it actually you and your team actually out there?
So it's me and my co-founder out here. We couldn't get all of our team here, but two of us are in here. So Network School it's a very interesting initiative at Balaji, the ex-CTO of Coinbase. And the whole idea is that Network School is a part where a bunch of people who are kind of stateless or digital nomads or living on the blockchain network
Wild.
come together irrespective of nationalities. And he's exploring. I don't know if you've read the book, The Network State. The whole idea is an exploration of a concept of an economy, which is kind of breaking away from the shackles of the current nation state kind of system that we have, and making sure that we build the next iteration of how humans can organize and work together. One good thing that crypto and blockchain has brought together is that we have money without boundaries, without national boundaries. So the economy is kind of not disconnected, I would say, but it's not 100% connected to a nation state. So now that opens up a lot of new possibilities. And honestly, it's more than the experience. The thing about network school and network state is all about how much you can contribute to creating that new kind of a human coordination layer. And I think that's what it's all about, honestly. And it's been super exciting. The folks out here are like, it's a super selective process. So the folks out here are really into what they're doing. You have all kinds of people, from designers, you have people who are into yoga, but they're really good at it. You have people, your podcasters, you have like dancers, all kinds of people.
So cool.
And a lot of them are crypto native, honestly, and that's the best thing about it. And so we're in this packed place with about 150 other super smart crypto native people. It's crypto optimistic, I would say. And yeah,
it feels like as a kid, and if you go away to summer camp or something, it's like getting to do that as an adult with, again, like-minded people and people who are really at the cutting edge of tech. Was there any like big takeaways or like epiphanies, anything that you came from that that maybe moved you, affected you?
I'm still going through it. We've been only 1 week into it. So one thing I do realize is that there's this whole thing about techno optimism that everyone talks about. What I see here is a crypto optimism, and that's what is moving me a lot. okay, it's not a bad thing to be in crypto because
Right.
when you're out there in the real world, it's always like, hey, crypto is a scam. But no, crypto is not a scam. It's just that there are a lot of scammers in crypto.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
difference.
What's great is you can feel it. Minds are starting to be changed. They're starting to, which is
Yeah.
awesome. It's different than it was a few years ago. Are you out there right now?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here right now.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh man, that's what a treat. That's so cool. That's so cool. All right, we're at 240% oversubscribed. I'm sticking with the prediction that we're going to see this 2,000. No, I'm sorry, it's much higher. I'm still going with Burnie, something like
4,000 subscribers. How many do we have now?
oh, let's see if it shows.
444. Okay, that's 444.
Where's that? Where's that number?
It's right about that rank. Below that, below the par.
Oh, right. Yeah, here we go. There we go. Yeah, I think we're going to see 4,000 participants, and again, yeah, that I would, guys, I bet cash money on that. I think we're going to see it. Dude, really nice. Okay, want to be respectful of your time, but I'm still going to sneak in a couple more questions if it's okay. A couple more.
No worries.
I would love to hear about. Let me see which I want to hit you with first. Tokens. Back to tokens. Team plans with the tokens.
What specifically? If you,
I guess or tokens, because I assume there's some that are kept for the team. Are those to kind of keep in a treasury to help with marketing? Just a general idea of what the team plans.
All
to do.
our tokens are locked. The only part that we're unlocking quickly is because we have a vibe coding challenge going, and we need to give out those rewards to people. So we are unlocking that bit out. But most of the tokens are, I would say 90% of the team allocation is locked and will be vested over the year. This is just to make sure that the long-term incentives are aligned, and as well for the treasury, also to basically make sure that for development, etc., we have enough. But honestly, I was speaking to people in the team. They were like, "Hey, it doesn't matter. Let it be there. Maybe we'll take out some later when we do achieve success." And that's pretty much what we've been looking at. So it has been strategically done for treasury, community, and marketing. That's the kind of allocation that we do need because, like I said, we need to attract a lot of audience for our reality show. So we do need to spend a bit on the marketing as well. And these may or may not be crypto native people. So that's one of the things that when we market out a crypto product to a non-crypto audience, we do need to spend. And we might be looking at some kind of traditional marketing as well, because what we're selling is not tokens. We are not selling yield. We are selling entertainment. And we need to make sure that we reach everyone who would be entertained by this kind of a media. And that's kind of what our goal is, I would say mission is for the medium term, to make sure that these folks, we get them, capture their attention, bring them on board. Hey, we are, in fact, when we become successful, we would have onboarded so many Web2 folks onto Web3. People will stop complaining about the UI UX problem in Web3. That's kind of what we see.
I got to tell you, man, I love that this is utility but entertainment. It's such a cool twist on utility, but put them together and you get that mind share, and it's like a hack to get to people's hearts. Like it just is. It's a great way to win people over, make it fun for them, and they learn in the process, or they find that it's useful for them in the process. What a cool twist! What a cool idea here.
Honestly, this afternoon I was actually talking to one of the network school members over here, Leonardo, and he was telling me about. We were discussing a lot about what is it? Why is it catching on? Why? Well, even we didn't know why it's catching on. So we were actually trying to figure out what's happening.
Burnie specifically, or like just broader agents?
Burnie specifically, we were trying to figure out what's exciting people about it and stuff. And what we realized is that any kind of meme coin, any kind of memetic value is always cultural. There's a culture that people want to rally behind, and you cannot it's very difficult to quantify something like that. When it hits, and it just goes, it grows exponentially. And that is something that we believe is how we need to go out there and onboard people into Web3. If you just look at the history of it, of how people have onboarded, it's always through the Dogecoins and the Shiba Inus that a lot of people have come in. And Bitcoin is the biggest meme coin.
Dude, I'm glad you said that. It's true.
Right?
It's true.
It's not the technical part of things that attracts the normal audience. It's always the memetic value and the cultural value of things.
Yep. Yep. I just realized I have like 227 points. And I want to make this clear, guys. The way I talk about the virtuals ecosystem is not me pumping my bags. I don't own any of this stuff, and I haven't yet. I haven't bought any. It's that I see the special thing happening in virtuals, and some of these agents like Burnie, I see the very special thing happening, and I want to make sure, even if I'm not doing anything with it, I want to make sure you guys see it and that you guys are very much on top of like the important stuff right now. So I want to make that really clear. My 200 points, I don't know how much that's going to get me, but I'm probably going to, just for like provenance, I'm probably going to make this my first token buy on virtuals just because I think that'd be cool. So I'm going to commit later today. I probably got to buy a little virtual for it. But there we go. I'll get maybe like a token. I'm going to be happy with that. So that should be fun. Maybe the last question, I would love to hear about just your team and kind of like what that looks like, what their skill sets are and backgrounds, and just what they mean to you in building out Burnie.
Oh yeah. I would actually say that this would not have been possible without the team at all. And everyone has been, and we're still up all night preparing for the Vibe Coding Challenge. So I would like to say, I mean, me and my co-founder Taran, we know each other for the last 18, 19 years almost.
Wow.
We went to university together. We studied physics at university, and it's a college called IIT. It's the Indian Institute of Technology. And then we went on our separate paths after graduation. And around last year, he just hit me up saying, "Hey, I know that you're working in crypto and you are interested in AI." And he hasn't had been working in AI for the last 10 years. It was not called AI, it was called machine learning, it was called data science. And then the transformers came in, and then suddenly AI became a thing. And he's like, "Bro, I know everything that is there about AI. So let's just get together and cook something. You know crypto, I know AI, we can cook something in AI crypto." And that's kind of, and this was almost a year ago, and we started discussing ideas. We came up with DevDoc, incentivizing people to contribute coding data. And then we realized, okay, we're missing something. We're missing the essence of crypto. And that's when I pulled in another college mate of mine. He had studied aerospace engineering and graduated, but went on to become a creator, an artist. He writes, so he moved to New York. He's an artist. And he writes, basically he started his career as a poet, and then now actually does a lot of music and stuff. I pulled him and said, "Hey, this is the stuff that we're doing. We need some creative energy here." And that's actually, we started cooking again, and then we started building this whole roast campaign. We started pulling in stuff from a lot of other places, popular culture, memes, everything. And that's kind of how we brought this whole thing together. Apart from that, we have a team of other about 5 developers, and 2 design people. So yeah, we have a fully decked team of 10, 11 people who are actually working with us. And all of them have either worked with, I either know them from long back, worked with them, or I happened to meet them at crypto conferences and said, "Hey, this is the idea we're working on. Do you want to work with us?" And that's pretty much how it's been.
That's awesome.
It's always a matter of, I think, if you get a vibe, right?
Yeah.
If you get the vibe, you get it.
That's
always
exactly
how we build the team.
Yep, dude. It sounds like you got
You're not audible, Hudah. Hello?
I'm not. No, nothing.
Hello?
Can you guys hear me?
Unable to hear you.
How about now? Nothing? All right. Can you guys hear me? Check, check. How about now? Nothing? Check. Nothing. Huh. Oh, okay. Hey,
I think it's my audio, maybe.
Yeah, they can hear me. Okay. So let me message. Anyway, I'll keep it. Okay. Yeah, we'll see if he comes back in. Guys, dude, how freaking cool is this? I'm telling you, there's I love NFTs. Right? I really, really love NFTs. I do. But I'm telling you, here in AI, there's a different caliber. Like some of the NFTs are stacked and great and talented and all. Okay, welcome back. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Awesome.
Let's talk about NFTs.
Well, dude, I was just about to. It was probably better you're gone because I was about to gush and say how cool you are. But like, look, I'm telling these guys, I love NFTs. I really, really do. But there's just a lot of stuff in NFTs where it was just we're here, we're putting out a JPEG, and we're just hanging out, and there was a lot of that. In AI, I've definitely noticed already, at least with this first crop that's coming in at this, kind of this wave of agents and tools, it's some incredibly gifted people, skilled at their craft, knowledgeable about AI. Like, forget the crypto stuff. If crypto wasn't happening here with AI, probably would have still been building AI and cutting edge stuff anyway. So we're lucky that it happens to be in something that, we get exposure to this way. So it's really just giving flowers to, you and the team and everybody that's building here in that the virtuals ecosystem. It's different than anything I've seen here in a minute. Like, very good people, very good tech, and it's really exciting to be a part of. So flowers for you.
Thanks for that. Actually, coming to the topic, you do not ask any questions. I just wanted to say one thing is that about NFTs is, I really love NFTs, mainly because, again, the cultural value of it. I was just attending a hackathon and I saw the nouns guys out there.
Nice.
And there was an energy there. There was definitely an energy there that the last time I saw was when I was in a church. And
really?
That's when I realized that it's all about community. It's all about something that people can rally behind. It's not themselves, but something outside of themselves or something bigger than themselves that has some kind of an intangible value, but at the same time, it's also non-fungible, I believe.
Yeah.
And that, because that an NFT is there, the NFT cannot change. Nothing about it can change. And that's something that people are like, hey, if I put my word behind this is not going to change. Everything else is fungible in this world. Even people's words are fungible, right? But I think that's when I realized, okay, that's something that people are craving for in today's world, because everything is in a flux and people want to believe in things. And that's an innate nature of human beings, is what I believe.
Oh man, couldn't agree more. And I still think too that there's a place for NFTs in this whole agent explosion that's happening, whatever it is, whether it's just like great agent that people love and follow and hold the token, just happens to have an NFT collection that represents, you being like aligned with that agent or something, or if there's something that's deeper than that. I think it's obvious that's coming at some point. NFTs work their way into this too, which I really do hope so. All right, then last question, and your setup actually was perfect. It's about the community.
Yep.
How important is it, building out an agent that now has a token for you to like kind of build and foster a community and keep them engaged? Like how much of that, how is that on your mind, and what ideas, plans do you have for that?
Yeah, I think about community in two ways. One is that what we think as founders, our job is to ensure that we put a strategic direction, because a lot of times people are in the community, they don't know exactly what's happening outside the community. A lot of times they believe in the product, they believe in the token, they believe in us a lot, and the thesis that we have as well. But at times, what our job over here, I believe, is how do we make sure that we align the values and the everything about the community, and make sure that we set the right course to make sure that the community benefits the most from it. And a couple of things that we did do is define those values, first of all, and maybe we were wrong as well in terms of we could make mistakes in terms of defining the values, but from what we saw, we actually defined it, and then keep it open enough for it to be refined by the team by the community as well, and come to a point where, okay, this is what we believe in, this is what our core values are, this is what our non-negotiables are, and what is it that we are trying to bring out in the world out here, and we do it together. And that's pretty much all that I think about when it comes to community. I keep it simple and keep it very laser focused in terms of what we need to achieve, and rest will take care of itself when people work together. If there's something that they believe in and they want to work towards, even if we are disorganized, we still will be able to make it.
Dude, awesome. The community loves to hear that. Just hear that the community matters, and clearly it does. Super awesome, man. Any final words? Anything you want people to know before we're out and we're left with just watching that countdown and TGE tomorrow, which is gonna be exciting as hell?
Yep, that's going to be exciting as well. The one thing I just want to say is the only way, like I said, the community is there. I believe community is all about how much you contribute, is what you make of it and how you can be a part of it. So we're just setting up some stuff over there so that you can actually come and not just contribute, just be involved as well. One of them is the vibe coding challenge. If you're not a coder, just join as an audience. There's a lot of stuff for the audience that we're actually planning. And that's a community we want to build, an audience community and developer community. These are the two main things that we care about. And if you resonate with either of them, you are a community member. Whether you're part of our Telegram or not, you're still a community member because you will find the vibes here. So if we have the same vibes, we will build that community.
Beautiful, dude. So awesome. I'll be watching this. This is tomorrow, so I'll be tuning in tomorrow and watching the vibe coding challenge, and maybe one day I'll be able to participate or something. But like, dude, this is awesome. This is just an awesome agent, and the outlook for it and everything you're building. Really cool. So, dude, I appreciate you giving us your time on what's late for you too. But dude, it's like, I appreciate your time a lot.
I can't emphasize how much I'm indebted to you for having me over here while the token launch was happening.
Oh yeah,
you captured all my raw emotions.
It's awesome. Yeah, and I'll say open door anyways. Any time when there's updates on the project, you just want to come in and poke in and say hi to the community. Always an open door for you here. So thank you, appreciate that a ton. Guys, follow Melbin here. It's Melbin. Melbin T04, I think I got that right, but man, give him a follow on X and support him and what he's working on. Just awesome stuff. You follow Burnie on X, it's Burnie IO, so give that a follow as well. Guys, it's not financial advice, obviously, but if you're looking for an agent that, I believe will perform very well, and it's going to be in mindshare and get probably some good promotion out there from some big names, it's going to be Burnie. I think Burnie's a great one to get your points into and get some exposure here in virtual. So that's my thoughts, and that's what I will be doing. And then finally, you can follow us, guys, at the swarm_AI, and then follow us or subscribe over on CryptoSlam over on YouTube. And there we go, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow morning on our morning stream. Swarm Report will be back live Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. Again, Melbin, dude, thank you so much. What a pleasure.
Thanks a lot, Hudah, for having me. We appreciate it. And yep, let's go.
Dude, let's go. Let's fucking go. We'll check in with this soon. Have a great day, guys. We will see you later. Peace.
Take care. Bye. Peace.